I really enjoyed the running scenes at the end. I thought they were very effective. I think it got across a message, like an emotional message, which was quite needed towards the end to sort of give some form of like closure to the overall plot.
Like the makeup.
Oh, why?
It looked really good in the video.
Thank you. Ellie?
Yeah, I thought it was all good. I particularly liked how the cuts matched the music.
Alternative.
I don't know videos actually. Hot.
Oh.
Quite interesting that you see like non-white indie singers, so I really liked the different hue that you put on the whole alternative genre. Yes.
I think it does, because you've got kind of the focus, and when it switches to the others, kind of gets them into the plot. And because it was like a plot thing as well, with you being like the main singer and the main person in like the story. I thought that worked well.
Yes, and I would be interested because I liked the idea and the as a whole, and I liked the way in which pop culture references were weaved through it. So obviously, as someone who is interested in those references particularly, like I noticed that Heathers was on the backdrop. It fits a genre which appeals to that sort of alternative pop sort of listener.
I felt that there was a girl and she was in love with this dancer guy, and he wasn't there anymore, and I think kind of driven her crazy, so she was in hospital because of losing this guy had made her miss him so much, and I think probably like a mental hospital, and they were having to like sedate her because she was going a bit crazy.
I knew it was a mental hospital. I thought it was a mental hospital, but I didn't really understand the boy bit.
I thought, which is slightly different, that it was more that Kai, the ballet dancer boy, was within herself, something which was pulling her out of this sort of being trapped within an asylum within her mind. So it was all different elements at play within herself, so it was like an inner turmoil, and at the end she's out of this mental hospital and Kai's gone, so she's found herself, and it's an interesting message at the end because she's not actually happy even though she's not in the mental asylum anymore. And also that sharp cut at the end really accentuates that, because like you're just left with her on the road and it's such a blunt ending, like there's no fade out or anything. There was Heathers playing on the backdrop of the and Life of Pi at one point, and the band name Chaos Killed the Dinosaurs, and the first line, that's all Heathers as well, isn't it? Which is interesting because I don't know if that means anything, but like I suppose if that's all about social conformity, then maybe her process throughout the thing is breaking away from the social conformity which is in her head.
I didn't think it was offensive because it didn't seem like it was intended to be offensive.
No, yeah, you could tell it was supposed to be representative of how the girl saw it. So the chains and stuff, like you're not trying to say that hospitals chain people up. The girl felt chained up.
I already said I thought that was a part of herself, which I sort of got. I don't know. I thought the reason why I like the chasing shots so much is because it felt like the way that he kept disappearing and the whole fact that it was so like fast paced to match the music, it sort of implied to me at least that he wasn't actually real. He was like a figment of her imagination that was spurring her on.
Yeah, I thought he was the guy that she was in love with, and she kind of lost him, and like she like searching for him in her head, like in her memories, and that's like where he was.
Maybe that even though there was that desired focus upon you, I felt like there was a manner in which the rest of the band didn't really get much face time.
I thought maybe you should have taken the makeup off the people
for the hospital.
I quite like that actually.